Well, good morning, beginning farmer friends. We've got a lot on the agenda today. One thing that I would like to do is fix this tractor. We've got some wiring issues on it, but I need to figure out the wiring harness. It's not on the agenda today. I do need to use it though. We're gonna do a hodgepodge. I've got a lot of little projects that I want to get done that, you know, as the summer ends, I probably should have done a long time ago. So I'm gonna try to tick off some of those little projects today. We'll see how it goes. I do 2 wires of fence for the cows when they're out on the pasture, which makes it pretty high. And it makes the cows go nuts sometimes because the calves can walk under it, the new calves can walk under it. And then there's a calf on the other side and the mom's going crazy and then the other cows go crazy. It's kind of loud sometimes when that happens. All right, so we could use some rain apparently. Man, these posts will not step in. So I'm gonna go get a hammer. We're gonna see if we can hammer them in. This is not cool. Bring us some rain. All right, job number 1. Done. Thing number 2 is done. I had to send a couple messages to figure out how much garlic I needed to do 100 pounds of skinless garlic broth. We've got that figured out. I've got it on hand, so I'm gonna drop that off at the locker tomorrow. Now I'm headed on to thing number 3. Behind me here is the area where we did some erosion control or some erosion mitigation or some hopeful erosion stuff, where we put these hay bales in this ditch. I'll put a video up above me here that you can go back and check out what we did there if you haven't seen it yet. But we have some other problem areas of erosion that I'm going to try to deal with. One of the things is we have this main ditch back here. This is the main thing that the water comes down from up here towards the house, and this is a main thoroughfare of water. But we started this last year getting some erosion coming this way. So what I want to do is I want to have some more grass, some buffer between where the pigs are and where that erosion is starting to go. So I'm going to shorten up the pig pasture a little bit to give a little buffer strip, is probably the best word to put it, best way to put it, where we can plant some new grasses and just let them grow to hopefully catch that water as it comes down the hill here. Oh boy, we have stickums. The fence we use in the wood, I like to call semi-permanent. It's 3 wires. We leave it up year round, but that means when we put pigs in it for the first time, we have to go around and do a lot of clearing. So I'm gonna go through right now. I'm gonna take the branches and anything that fell down on top of the wire off, and then I'll probably come back through with the trimmer and trim up anything underneath once I have the wires tight. This little pasture here is about 3 acres, and there's a lot of spider webs, covered in spider webs. Holy cow, I'm getting spider webbed here. I've actually done quite a bit of renovation in this little pig lot right here. This whole farm is kind of what you would call new growth forest. If you look at the satellite, or I guess I should say aerial images from the 30s and 40s of this farm, a lot of these trees weren't here. And so what I've done a lot of is some selective harvesting, I guess I would call it. I've taken out a lot of trees in an area like this where you can see the sun bright above my head, so that we get a little bit more sunlight into these areas where we can eventually get into a little bit more of a savanna type of place in these woods. I'm halfway done on thing number 3, but I just had to show you this because the most amazing thing happened. I just snapped a T-post off. Like, I literally broke this T-post. I am ripped. I am absolutely ripped. Okay, I need to go get the fence pounder. I need to get a T-post because I broke the T-post that I was going to use. And then we're going to put a T-post in. We're gonna string this wire. Then we're kind of rocking. Thing number 3 will almost be ready. So let's go for a drive.
Raw whiskey, raw whiskey, raw whiskey. I'm crying if I don't get raw whiskey, I surely will die. Drink when I'm thirsty, no, I drink when I'm dry. Get to feeling much better, gonna sprout wings and fly. Jack of diamonds, I know you from old. Rob my poor pockets of silver and gold.
All right, job number 3 is done. I just got to come back down, tighten a little fence, and we should be good to go. Now, this means that I am pretty much ready to put the pigs in, grind some feed, fill the feeder, clean out the water, and we're ready for pigs. So hopefully soon I'll be showing you pigs as we try to do a little repair on this old pig pasture. Maybe that should be a show, like this old house, this old pig pasture. I like that. That's good. These days I wear a lot of hats. So thing number 4 on the list today, church. I'm headed into the office to the church to do a little work before I go back to the farm and hit the next thing on the list. All right, job number 4 is done. I'm back on the farm. Job number 5 is not exactly what you would think job number 5 would be. We're not moving pigs. We're not working with cows. We're not even out handling the chickens or anything like that. What we're doing right now, bike tires. This is job number 5. Let's get on it.
If the ocean was whiskey and I was a duck, I'd swim to the bottom and I'd drink myself back up. But the ocean's not whiskey and I ain't no duck. Gonna go out gambling and I'll trust to my luck. Jack of diamonds, I know you from old. You rob my poor pockets, silver and gold.
Funny story here. About 2-3 years ago, I did 2 triathlons, and on my bike I had a quick change tire kit, so like I could change the tube really quickly. It had CO2 cartridges to pump it up and stuff like that. I just did 1 tire on this bike. I think that I wouldn't have been able to finish the triathlon. I mean, I could have finished it, but like the next day. I'm not fast at changing tires. There was no quick in the quick change for me. All right, that's job number 5, maybe? Job number 5. I had to untangle this thing. It got tangled up. I hadn't used this reel yet this year, so the easiest way to untangle it is just cut it, call it good, start over. That's what I did. The next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to get that red truck. I'm going to bring it up to the house. I'm going to put it on the trickle charger and see if I can get a good charge on those batteries. If I can't get a good charge on those batteries, then I'm going to have to make a decision what we're doing with the red truck. Is it a on-farm truck that we keep driving and so we put batteries in it, or do we just chuck it and move all the good stuff off of it into the green truck, which is 1 year newer? Look at this, all the calves are where they're supposed to be. The cows are super happy now. Yeah, that's all it takes. Next project for the day or the night or whatever you want to call it, put these chicks away. This is their first time out on the pasture, so they probably need a little help going to bed at night. So I'm going to do that. I'm not going to video any of it because I know you can't see me now, but there's the building. There's the chicks on the ground that need to go away. Behind me is this gorgeous sunset. All right, that's it. It's 9 o'clock. I'm inside. I'm in the freezer room, as you can see, because I've got more work to do in here. I can't even remember everything we did today. I know that I ate lunch with the family. I know that I had supper with the family. In between all of this, I went to a robotics club meeting with my son that I'm helping with. There's just a ton of pieces in running a farm. Nothing big happened today. We didn't mow 50 acres. We didn't run the tractor except to start my red truck. But this is all a part of the daily farm life. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more of the farm, let me know in the comments down below what you want to see. I'm going to try to do my best to get to all the different pieces of the farm in the coming weeks and show you what's going on there. But now I need to pack up some meat. All of this freezer right here is pre-orders and CSA shares. I've got a ton of chickens in this freezer behind me that I need to package for pre-orders. It's going to be an exciting delivery tomorrow because we're going to empty a bunch of freezers, but that's good because we're going to fill them up on Friday with a bunch of pork.
Raw whiskey, raw whiskey, raw whiskey. I'm crying if I don't get raw whiskey, I surely will die. Drink when I'm thirsty, I'll drink when I'm dry. Get the feeling much better, gonna sprout wings and fly. Raw whiskey, raw whiskey, raw whiskey. I'm crying if I don't get raw whiskey, I surely